Today, I'm going to be adding automation to my RODI unit by using the contents of what's inside this box. So what's up, guys? Today I was down around my saltwater mixing bin and I was getting my RODI unit up and fired so I could refill my freshwater RO reservoir. And as I was down here working on it, I turned around and I looked at my DI resin and noticed that they all needed changed. Once I noticed that, that got me thinking, when's the last time I did a backwash on my membrane? I don't know if you guys are anything like me, but I completely forget to backwash this each time. So on my system now, I have two TDS meters. This one measures the 2 extra RO DI resin coming out of the system. And then I have this one over here for the water that's going into the RO system, and then the out would be what is coming out of the RO system. There's got to be an easier way to do this. So I found a couple of good products that should help alleviate a lot of the tasks required to manually do things with our RO unit. So let's take a look and see what we have in the box. First thing we have is the Aquatec automatic flush kit. And the next thing we have is the Reef Factory TDS meter. All right, let's take a look and see what we have inside the box for the TDS meter. We get instructions, nice piece of black foam. We actually get the TDS meter itself, the electrode, power brick, and some calibration solution. And we get a bunch of different types of plugs. Now for the Aquatec auto flush kit, we get the auto flush flow restrictor. We get the pressure switch. And we get a very large power supply. All right, let's take this stuff downstairs and get it installed. All right. Well, before we work on install, it is really early in the morning, so we need to make a cup of coffee. I'm not sure how you like your coffee, but I like mine as black as my ex-wife's heart. Alright, so let's go ahead and begin the install of the Aquatec backwash kit. Now, the only thing I've done is I've already ran power for the Aquatec and ran it up. The power brick sits up there, and I've got the wires and everything kind of already just hanging off over here ready for installation. When you work on install, be cautious of how the power goes. This thing didn't come with any instructions, but seemed pretty self-explanatory because the connectors can only go in one way. The actual flow restrictor itself has an arrow for the flow direction. So this will be the part that is going to be replacing your manual backwash on your RODI unit. And then we've got the pressure switch. The pressure switch, I did not see a flow direction arrow for this. Before the install, we need to make sure we shut off the supply for the RO. Check. To install the flow restrictor, this is going to replace your original valve that was here. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull that off, and then we'll install the new. Make sure to pay attention the direction in which the flow needs to go. Now to install the pressure switch, I've gone ahead and laid a towel down up here, and I'm going to install it as close to the supply line for where the water is coming into the system as possible. I grabbed a pair of cutters for RODI tubing. I'm just going to add a quick cut here, and then we'll get this installed. Now this didn't have any direction or arrows on it, so I just went ahead and installed it, probably just because it's a switch, and all of that should be good to go. The way this backwash kit is supposed to work is the system will be flushed when the unit turns on for a few seconds, and then 15 to 20 seconds every hour that the unit runs. All right, let's go ahead and begin the install of the Reef Factory TDS meter. Now, To use this device, you are going to need to download and install Reef Factory Smart Reef. I did not find this app to be very user-friendly. I downloaded the app and set it up offline. Create an account. Once your account is created, we need to go down to the Devices tab at the bottom. We're going to click Add to a Device. We're going to scroll down and select TDS Meter. Next, it wants us to scan the serial number of the device from the QR code. I'm going to say connect, join. We are going to have it join our Wi-Fi network. And we got a success message. Before we can start setting up the device, we have to update the device's firmware. The device firmware has successfully been updated, so now we are going to work on calibration. I'm going to click on the device. I'm going to set my alarm to be at 2 mg. I'm going to click the calibrate button. Alright, we are going to put this into solution. We're going to click calibrate. Thank you for calibrating the device. Okay, that was easy enough. On my RO system, since I have a couple of additional canisters for RODI resin, the way my system works is once it leaves the BRS system, it loops back around and comes over here, and then it goes to my RO reservoir. So you could install this in a few different places, but I think where I'm going to install it is going to be right here in between the two RO canisters and also the 4-stage RODI unit. Let's go ahead and grab our cutters. Add a little clip there. Then we'll get the probe ran and we'll get the probe connected in. As for the TDS meter, I just installed it on my board there, located right next to the tablet that I use to help monitor my aquarium controller. Let's let this thing run for a couple of days and I'll report back. It's been a couple days, came down, so I'm going to go ahead and give this thing a test to show you guys how this thing's running. We are going to go ahead and kick off the RODI system to automatically refill, and there it goes. It's backwashing. So the way it works, I have a solenoid back there that allows the water to kick on and off by the GHL Proflux. Then when the water comes in, it hits this sensor, and that automatically sent a signal over to this to start backwashing. Pretty cool. And as for the TDS meter, from where it's installed, I did refill my DI resin. I would expect it to say 0. I'm definitely going to need more time with this to see how reliable this thing is going to be long term. So if you're on the market wanting to add some automation to your RODI system, I definitely highly recommend the Aquatec Auto Flush Kit and the TDS meter from Reef Factory. Even though the app for the TDS meter from Reef Factory is a bit horrendous, it is definitely a useful tool to have in your arsenal to keep you on your toes when it comes to maintaining your RO system and for the health of your pets. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to smash that like and subscribe button. It really does help me out. And until the next one, I'm out, guys. Peace.